Divine Time Management 101. This is going to be a crash course. It'll be made very simple, fast, and easy. For everyone here, I would highly recommend this calendar. I don't go anywhere without it. I carry it all over the world, wherever I travel, because I have come to find that it is incredibly important to schedule my appointments and activities according to the planetary energies that are ruling the day. You can get a fantastic result when you align yourself with the positive movement of the planets and avoid the planets or the times which have a negative impact. And not only me, but a lot of people in this room have had that experience for job interviews and visa interviews, all kinds of starting businesses. It's very important to know the energies of that day. So very simply, I'm going to give you a few principles. First of all, you should at least pray to the planet who presides over the day. According to the day of the week, there is a planet who is giving you special blessings and help on that day. If you acknowledge that planet, you get the energies of the planet on your side. The planet is an archetypal being. It's definitely an alive being that you can have a relationship with, and you will maintain the relationship by acknowledging the planet when they rule over each day. So for Monday, we have the moon. Tuesday, Mars. Wednesday, Mercury. Thursday, Jupiter. Friday, Venus. And Saturday, Saturn. Sunday, the Sun. So very simply, in this event, we're just giving you very foundational and beginning tools. I'm not going to give you the quantum sounds for these planets. We can do that another time. But do know that each day of the week is ruled over by a planet. And if you simply make a prayer to them very briefly every morning, for example, today is Saturday. Saturn is ruling over Saturday. If you pray in the morning, Saturn, please help me today. Help me in my day-to-day activities and bless me. Then, if you wear black on Saturdays, that also propitiates Saturn. So I'm going to put the color here for the day. If you wear the color of the planet, it asks the planet to be on your side. So Monday, you would wear like a pearl white. Tuesday, a fire red. Wednesday is green. Thursday, yellow. Friday is pure white. Sunday is more of a, how should I say, a red, but not, this is like an orange red here. Orange red. This is a deep red. Now, yes. They don't rule over a day, so we'll talk about that in other classes. So Rahu and Ketu are other planets, but they don't rule over a day. Right now, we're just going to concern ourselves with the very basics. Every day is ruled over by a planet. That planet can be a great benefactor for you that day. So you make a short prayer to them, ask them to bless you, help you with your activities that day, and if you would like, you wear the color. Now, I was going to make a point about the color here. Ah, yes. The astrologers in India know very well that there is a great spiritual truth behind even wearing the color of the planet. For example, I was part of an extended Nadi reading that was given on leaves that were Jiva leaves. They were leaves that were actually alive. And they were explaining to a girl in the room, the leaves actually have a voice which comes through writing that appears on the leaf at the time of the reading. And they told this girl, yesterday you were walking along the street and you tripped over a manhole and you fell down. And why did that happen? You were wearing Saturn's color on a Friday. And she said, you're right, I was wearing deep purple. So Saturn would be purple or black. And so then she understood, the astrologer explained to her that that will give you a bad effect if you wear the color of another planet. And in this case, these two planets are not so much friends. She was wearing Saturn's color on a Friday, and that's why she had an accident. So it can be a very real phenomena. I know many years ago, I used to show up in fire red on a Saturday, and Dr. Pillai would say, what are you doing? Do you realize what you're pulling towards yourself? And I had to understand and realize. In those days, yes, I was actually usually ill on those days. So you can just experiment with this and try it out. It can have a very real impact on your life. You have to use it for good instead of bringing in the negative. Okay, so first, you pray to the planet of each day. Second, there is a certain time period every day which is ruled over by the planet Rahu. It's called Rahu Kalam. And this time is an inauspicious time for most people. Now, if you have a Rahu which is well positioned in your astrology chart, you may be like me, and I actually enjoy good effects during Rahu Kalam. However, most people have to be very careful to not start anything auspicious during that time. On your calendar, if you have your calendar or if you go and buy one, you'll see that under each day it says Rahu colon, and then it gives the exact time in Singapore of Rahu Kalam. It's an hour and a half time period. Please check it every morning. And in fact, very importantly, check it when you schedule an activity, maybe next week, next month. I've had people tell me they would go for a dentist appointment, and then everything went wrong. And later they found out it was Rahu Kalam. Why did they schedule the dentist appointment during Rahu Kalam? Because they didn't think in advance in order to plan. So it's very important. I have heard this time and time again. When people have a rough time in their day, they will go back to their calendar and say, it was Rahu Kalam. I could have avoided it. So the rule is, during Rahu Kalam, do not start any auspicious activity like going on a date, signing for a new business, putting money in the bank. Anything, you should not start it during Rahu Kalam. If you start it before Rahu Kalam, and then if that activity moves into Rahu Kalam, that's okay. So if you have a business meeting, don't start it during the time of Rahu Kalam, but start it before. Any questions about that principle? It will save you a lot in your life. Now, the other times to watch out for, in terms of days, during the 8th and the 9th moon, there is a moon phase which doesn't exactly rule every day, but the moon phase goes for about 24 hours, and it can often cross from the middle of one day to another, depending on how the moon cycle goes. Now, during the time of 8th moon, for example, here in March, today is 8th moon. At 8:06, we entered the 8th moon on today. Those of you that have a calendar, can you see where I am? Only if you have a calendar, you'll be able to tell. Otherwise, you have to go back to the table, get yourself a calendar afterwards. Now, this is incredibly important because today was the perfect day for a seminar teaching you spiritual teachings on how to eradicate negativity and human limitations from your life in order to become divine. Because today was ruled over by Saturn. Saturn loves spiritual practices. That's why I'm wearing black today. And also, the 8th moon is inauspicious, certainly for starting a business or putting money in the bank, but it's a perfect time to do spiritual activities to rectify your life. So we are using the energies of the day in order to help us and to do good things for us. So you shouldn't think that 8th moon is bad. It's simply that on 8th moon, don't do things requiring like starting a new business or putting money in the bank or the first date with a new person, something like that. It would be better to focus on spiritual activities that can resolve the situations in your life. Okay, then 9th moon has the same energy. 9th moon is tomorrow. It starts at 8:20 in the morning. So for tomorrow, don't plan anything which is the beginning of a whole new project in your life or a new relationship in your life or anything like that. This simple philosophy is followed religiously in India. And it is very powerful. The effects will be very real if you avoid starting new ventures or auspicious activities in these 2 days. You will protect yourself from bad events in your life. Now, the other few times I wanted to point out to you is Pradosham. Pradosham is the 13th moon phase. And in March, you'll see that on March 17th, in red letters, it says Pradosham. During the 13th moon, that's a special time for removing karma, and particularly the karmic impressions stored in the throat. So if you chant Tirunelakantam all day, or easier yet, buy the CD where Baba or Dr. Pillai will chant Tirunelakantam for you. Listen to it all throughout the day. Play it in your house all throughout the day. On that day, the archetypal being Shiva is acting all throughout the day in order to absorb the poison of people in the world. So it's a very important moon phase, especially during sunset. Chant Tirunelakantam and roll that line. Even if you do it, if you forget other days, must do it on Pradosham. Very important. Okay, the other day that I wanted to point out to you was the new moon. The new moon on the calendar will always be the moon which is black in color. And the new moon is a very spiritual day when the souls of your ancestors are very close around you. On that day, in fact, people will often experience, they may have restless dreams the night before. They may have particularly negative thoughts that day, negative feelings, negative happenings. The souls of your ancestors are close around you, but they're looking for help. So on that day, I would highly recommend doing Tarpanam more than once. If you can do it, Tarpanam is an offering to your ancestors, do it every hour, if you can. But only do Tarpanam between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Otherwise, they are not around. So this is on the new moon. Tarpanam every hour. You will experience miracles in your life if you follow this. And then we have Pradosham. Use Tirunelakantam with the lime. Listen to the CD. And then the 8th and 9th moon, avoid auspicious activities. Do spiritual activities. For example, Today would not be a great day to go on a shopping spree. There are great moons in order to shop and have a date and do all those material things in life, not on 8th moon. Okay, and then Rahu Kalam. Again, avoid auspicious activities. So, simply following these principles, you will definitely reap immediate benefits in your life.